All right, hello mighty companions, this is Earl Purdy and Anna Kujawa, and we're continuing studying A Course in Miracles together, and we're studying this everything we can in the book about special relationships and how to heal them and transform them. And we're going to do the section called The End of Illusions.
Yes, indeed.
The End of Illusions on page 347. And I read it to you and I read it to Anna, and then she will tell me what she heard and how she can apply it to her relationships and to our relationship, and I'll do the same thing, because we're all about how can we hear this stuff and actually apply it instead of debate about it.
That's what time it is.
You got anything you want to say, darling?
Yeah, I'm Anna Kujawa, and you can find my classes and more about my holistic counseling practice at annakujawa.com.
Yep, and I got lots of videos and lectures and classes at earlpurdy.com, and also on YouTube. So just Google me, and lots of good classes and stuff will come up. And I'm also available for one-on-one, so we can all get this stuff down and live it. So,
what time it is?
The End of Illusions.
All right.
The Course says an illusion is an idea that I want to be true even though it's not true.
Okay, right.
So the end of ideas that I want to be true even though they're not true. It's impossible to let go of the past without relinquishing the special relationship. It's impossible to let the past go without relinquishing the special relationship. It's impossible to let the past go without relinquishing the special relationship. It's impossible to let the past go. For the special relationship is an attempt. The special relationship is an attempt to reenact the past and change the past. The special relationship, see, here's a great definition. A definition of a special relationship is I'm entering into a relationship with somebody that's an attempt to reenact my past and change it relationship. That means imagined slights, remembered pain, past disappointments, perceived injustices, and deprivations all enter into the special relationship.
Okay.
Which the special relationship becomes a way in which you seek to restore your wounded self-esteem.
Oh, that's what it is.
Special relationship becomes a way in which you seek to restore your wounded self-esteem. What basis would you have for choosing a special partner? What basis would you have for choosing a special partner without the past? What basis would you have for choosing a special partner without the past? Every such choice, choosing a special partner, every such choice is made because of something seemingly evil in the past to which you cling, and for which must someone else atone.
Well, isn't that special?
That's real freaking special.
That just ran down a special relationship in one paragraph.
One paragraph. It answered everything we've been talking about today.
Sure did.
Yeah, I mean, like, bam.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so so the Course in Miracles, this curriculum has the purpose of helping us to let go of the past, because healing is released from the past. Okay, but he says you can't let your past go while you're still clinging to a special relationship, while you still want a special relationship. Okay, can't let go of the past without letting go of the desire for a special relationship. No wonder I haven't been able to let go of the past. No wonder.
Can I growl and grumble?
Yes, you may, please. I invite you to express yourself completely.
Okay, thank you.
Any yes buts, any resistance, and if you need to scream.
Can I represent the ego? Can I represent the person that's listening to you?
Will you do that, please?
There? Yeah.
Yes, and whatever you hear your ego saying, I want you to say. Okay, and I'll do the same. Okay. So, I know you've been trying to let go of your past, but the reason why you haven't been able to let go of your past and you keep repeating it is because you haven't let go of the special relationship. And we know we haven't let go of the special relationship because we still want it bad. Okay, now, he says, the reason why you can't let go of the special relationship, you can't let go of the past without letting go of the special relationship, is because this special relationship is an attempt to reenact the past. So what is a special relationship? It's a relationship in which I'm trying to reenact my past and change it.
So I'm looking for a relationship that I can reenact my past and change it in.
Right. And so that's why all of the imagined slights and all of the remembered pain and the past disappointments and all the perceived injustices and deprivations all enter into our relationship. That's why they're there. Oh, that's why they're there. I thought it was just because I wasn't with the right person.
Why are they there?
They're there because the relationship has the purpose of reenacting your past and changing it. So it's got to reenact your past, which is, what is your past? Bunch of imagined slights.
Remembered pain.
A lot of remembered pain.
Past disappointments.
In other words, you gotta recreate your past if you're gonna change it.
Perceived injustices.
Right.
Deprivation.
Yes.
So I'm entering into a relationship with all of that, and I'm bringing all of that with me so that I can reenact what happened to me in the past, change it.
So that I can change it. I want to change my past because someone did me wrong.
Well, they did.
I know.
They did do me wrong.
I know.
They did do me wrong. What you talking about?
They did you wrong.
They did me wrong. What you talking about?
Real wrong.
They did me wrong. I'm just.
And so now I'm obsessed with reenacting it, so I can change it. So all the things that I experienced in the past have got to be in my relationship now. A lot of imagined slides, and what else? Injustices. They were unfair to me. They betray me and they deprive me. It's got to come into the relationship because that's what my relationship was. Okay. That's my ego. Hear that?
Uh-huh.
The hounds of hell.
That's so funny.
Crying.
Yeah. It's like.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. And okay, so he says, oh right. And the reason why I've got to make sure that all of what happened to me in the past where I was done wrong enters the relationship I'm in now is because I am going to use this relationship to restore my wounded self-esteem. That's what it's for. I've got to reenact my past and change it so that I can restore my wounded self-esteem.
Everything that I didn't get out of my relationships in the past.
That's right.
Then I'm forming a new relationship where I'm going to reenact everything that I went through in the past, but this time I'm going to change it because I'm trying to restore my wounded self-esteem.
Yes.
That's why I want to be in a special relationship right now. It's because what's really happening is I really want to restore my wounded self-esteem.
Right. And that's why I go through phases where I really long for a special relationship. Like if I'm not in one, I really long for one. What's really happening is not that I'm lonely at all. It's that I have some wounded self-esteem that I would like to restore. I don't like the way it feels to have that wounded self-esteem.
My self-esteem is wounded because of all that stuff I went through in the past, and how disappointed I got.
And my ego is telling me that the way to have relief from that sense of a wounded self-esteem, where I don't feel so great about myself, is to get a relationship. That's what it tells me. I know.
Oh God.
And that's because if that wasn't what was going on, I wouldn't have a yearning or a craving for it. I would just be enjoying my life moment to moment. Thank you, God, for this amazing experience. And if something showed up, beautiful. But the longing and the yearning and the craving for it lets me know there's something else going on besides I'm lonely.
Okay.
All right. Now he says, now, if the purpose of the special relationship is to reenact the past and change it, if that's the purpose of it, then what basis upon which are you going to choose your partner? It's going to be the past. If I've got to reenact my past so that I can change it, so I can restore my wounded self-esteem, well then I have to go to my past to determine who I should choose now.
Which kind of explains the similarities between different partners.
The patterns.
What we call the patterns.
The patterns we're all familiar with.
Of course, because if I'm going to reenact my past, I need to choose a person that reminds me of the person from my past.
That's right. Do you have a pattern of having an abusive partner? Do you have a pattern of having a distant, unavailable partner? Do you, the patterns. because you look to your past to decide which kind of partner would be appropriate for the purpose of reenacting your past to change it so that you can restore your wounded self-esteem. Damn, I just thought they were cute. I just thought we had some things in common.
Woo, this is deep.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He says, really, the reason why you choose your partner is not just because, you know, what is it we say that is the reasons why partners come to our life? It's fate.
It's fate. It's destiny.
It's destiny. Well, actually, what the Course says is a lot less romantic, and what it says is that every choice for your current partner.
So
you may want to go to the bathroom at this point.
Yeah, you might not want to hear this. This is going to be kind of hard to swallow.
I think I just heard your doorbell ringing. You may want to.
I did. I think I heard course students snoring.
Yeah.
I had to hear through the camera. We've already knocked them out.
We haven't got the first paragraph.
Like when you first heard the first tape I sent you from the course when we first met, and you said you thought it was an insurance tape.
I said, what is that? Real estate?
Yeah, real estate. I thought I sent you a real estate tape.
Yeah. That is.
So,
I didn't even know anything about real estate. I was 16. Okay. So it's not necessarily fate or destiny. According to the Course, every such choice for a partner is made because of something evil, so-called evil in your past to which you cling and which for someone else must atone. In other words, he says, I'm making a choice according to who it was and how it was they wounded me.
It's really deep.
That someone else needs to now make up for.
And there's something evil that I'm clinging to.
Is they betrayed me.
Is the imagined slice to remember pain, the past disappointment, and the perceived injustice, and the deprivations.
That's the imagined evil.
That's I'm attracted to you because I'm clinging to. Hello, darling. I'm totally attracted to you. I'm attracted to you because I'm clinging to imagined slice, remembered pain, past disappointment, and perceived injustice and the deprivations that happened to me in my last relationship.
Yes.
So I'm choosing you because I want to reenact all of that, but I'm going to change it with you. It's not going to turn out that way with you.
And somehow I remind you of all those injustices and slights and betrayal.
Oh, absolutely.
I remind you of that person somehow.
I wouldn't choose you if you didn't. Because I got to reenact the past and change it. So you got to remind me of everything from the past that's upset me.
And you would like, you would like to reenact that with me. You would like me to play that part of that person who was very unfair to you and betrayed you.
That's right. And you
slighted you. That's right. And you would like to use me to change that.
Yeah, you're going to restore my wounded self-esteem.
I will make up for that and restore your wounded self-esteem.
You are supposed to restore.
Yeah, I mean restore it.
Does not make up for it. You're supposed to restore. I don't know what you're talking about. You're supposed to be restoring. My self-esteem has been wounded. And you're supposed to restore it.
Sew it back up. Make it all better so that you feel good about yourself.
That's your job. That's your job.
That's my job.
That's your job.
Wow.
Yeah. To remind me of everything that I see as a disappointment and injustice.
Right.
And not only remind me of it, but you're supposed to let me
remind you of it, reenact it with you, and make it all better for you.
And make it all better for me. That's,
great.
And then I'll take you to the movie.
Is this job, does this job pay well?
Oh,
I mean, that's what
only if you restore my wounded self-esteem.
Okay.
Then at that point, I give you some some appreciation.
Really?
Dinner.
Regularly?
Dinner. I take you out to dinner.
Good.
Yeah, we might even make a life together. We might even get us a house. We might even get, I'm gonna make it up to you, but you got to reenact everything I went through in the past, and also you got to make up for it.
I see.
Yeah.
I got to help you reenact it, which means I got to offend you, and then you got to attack me.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
But this time, I'm gonna end up on top.
Got it. Right.
This time,
I'm so glad I know how the ending's supposed to go.
That's what I thought I'd let you know.
Thanks. Thank you.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, well, so that paragraph just explained what a special relationship is. In case
you're wondering, the Course in Miracles definition of a special relationship. The Course in Miracles definition of a special relationship is a relationship in which you reenact your past and change it. and you're trying to restore your wounded self-esteem by clinging to something from the past that's evil that the other person has to make up for what somebody else did before them.
Yes.
Relationship.
Right.
That's what I want with you.
Wow.
That's what I want with you. I want you to restore my wounded self-esteem.
Yes, and the more wounded I perceive my self-esteem to be, the more I yearn and crave and need a relationship.
Right.
Okay.
So the person that's craving it the most is the person whose self-esteem is the most damaged.
Right.
Okay, that's who wants a special relationship the most.
Right.
So if I've been longing for one lately, it's because I really need to have my self-esteem restored right now.
Right. Now, hearing this, I think to myself, you know what? I'd rather take a different approach to the whole wounded self-esteem experience. I'd really prefer, instead of yearning for and trying to create a relationship to make me feel better about myself, I would really rather allow Spirit to heal me, to give me the truth about myself, so that I remember the truth. Remembering the truth about yourself undoes or handles the whole wounded self-esteem thing. So that's what I would rather do. But anyway, let's go back to the special relationship.
Okay, read to me, and let's see what I see.
All right. The special relationship takes vengeance on the past, in other words. And this is how it does it. By seeking to remove suffering in the past, your past, our special relationship overlooks what's happening right now in its preoccupation with the past and the ego's total commitment to the past. That's what's happening. In other words, no special relationship is experienced in the present. No special relationship is experienced in the present. No special relationship is experienced in the present. That's because shades of the past envelop it, and shades of the past make that special relationship what it is. In other words, the special relationship has no meaning in the present, and if the special relationship means nothing now, guess what? It doesn't have any real meaning at all. How can you change the past except in fantasy? And who can give you what you think the past deprived you of? The past is nothing. So don't seek to lay the blame for deprivation on the past, because the past is gone. You cannot really not let go of what's already gone.
Oh, wow. I can't.
You cannot not let go of what's already gone. Here we are like, I'm trying to let go of what's already gone.
Or you say, I'm trying to let go of this person.
I'm trying to let go of this relationship.
And the person's already gone. The person's already in another relationship.
Funny. You're trying to let go of something that's already gone. Wow. That's what I can't recognize that. How can you not let go of something that's already gone? He says it must be therefore that you are maintaining the illusion that this something hasn't gone because you think it serves some purpose that you want fulfilled. And it must also be that this purpose could not be fulfilled in the present, but only in the past. Okay, so my dear, what did you hear?
All right, okay, so I want a special relationship, so that's the same as me saying, tonight I want to have a relationship that takes vengeance on the past.
Ooh.
Okay, then I'm going to find a relationship that's going to remove the suffering that I went through in the past. And this relationship is going to overlook the present because this relationship is going to be preoccupied with the past.
Yes.
And I'm looking for a relationship that's totally committed to what I went through in the past, and so that I can reenact it and change it and restore my wounded self-esteem.
Okay.
Then he told me that there is no special relationship that's really experienced in the right now because you're not really focused on the right now. You're really always letting shades of the past and what happened to you in the past and what you experienced in the past with somebody else envelop the relationship, right?
Yes.
And it's the past that's making this relationship what it is because I'm trying to use the relationship to reenact the past, so it's the past that's determining what this relationship is. So that means my relationship with you doesn't really have any meaning right now because it doesn't have any real meaning at all if it doesn't have any meaning right now. If I'm not dealing with the meaning that it has for us right now without the past, then it doesn't really have any meaning at all. And I can't change the past except in fantasy anyway.
That's right.
I can't change what happened to me in the past except in fantasy anyway.
We can't make up for what someone else. We can't make up for what someone else did to someone else. I can't make up
But
for what someone else did.
But that's what I want you to do. I want you to make up for the past.
Right.
I want you to make up for what the past deprived me of.
Right.
How can you change the past except in fantasy? Who can give you what you think the past deprived you of? I think you can give me what the past deprived me of.
Earl, I cannot give you what your past deprived you of. And you can't give me what the past deprived me of.
Then I heard the past is nothing, because it doesn't even exist right now. So I mustn't lay any kind of blame for what I feel like I'm deprived of right now on the past, because the past isn't here. Right. So therefore, nothing that I feel like I'm being deprived about is being created by the past, because the past means it's gone. The past means it isn't here.
So that's important.
So that's important for me to get.
So whatever you feel deprived of now is not caused by your past.
Whatever I feel, and he's telling me not to blame the deprivation.
Don't blame the past.
That I feel like I'm going through right now. Whatever it is I think I'm being deprived of right now, it isn't the past that's depriving me of it. Whatever I think I'm deprived of or lacking or not experiencing right now, it isn't the past that's depriving me of it.
Right.
And if it's already gone, I gotta let it go anyway. If it's already gone, I can't not let it go. If it's already gone, if the relationship is already gone, I cannot not let it go. If the person's already gone, I cannot not let it go. So I must be maintaining the false idea in my mind that the relationship or whatever from the past isn't gone.
Yes.
And if I'm still thinking that it's depriving me in some way, I'm maintaining the illusion that my past hasn't gone. I'm the one that's maintaining the false idea that my past hasn't gone.
Yes.
I think focusing in on the past in our relationship and in any relationship is serving some kind of purpose. I'm bringing the past into our relationship because it serves the purpose of giving me the opportunity to reenact the past again so that we can change it.
Yes.
So that means that whatever that purpose is I won't fulfill with you and in any special relationship must not be a purpose that could be fulfilled right now, but only in the past, especially if it's got to do with somebody or something that happened in the past. There's no way I can do it with you. I would have to go back to the past to try to reenact it and change it, but you can't.
Right. Right.
So I'm just trying to use this relationship to take vengeance on my past. God, I'm in a relationship with you to take vengeance on my past.
I'm in this relationship to feel better about myself, to get better self-esteem. And so when I hear this, what I am reminded of is I want to take my wounded self-esteem to truth. I want to take it to spirit. I want to take it to love. I don't want a relationship to make me feel better about myself. I do not want a relationship to make me feel better about myself. If I'm needing to feel better about myself, don't get into a relationship, is what I hear myself saying to myself.
Don't look for a relationship to make me feel better about myself.
If I'm not feeling good about myself, stay home and go to truth. Pray for truth. Pray for correct perception of yourself. Pray, hey, Spirit, what's your perception? What's the truth about me? What's your perception about me? Spirit, love, God. How do you see me? I want to know the truth about myself.
So I'm never really experiencing you right now. I'm really thinking about what's going on and what's happened to me in the past, and trying to make sure that it doesn't happen to me again, and that I can have my self-esteem restored. Yes. So I'm so busy trying to make up for what happened to me in the past that I'm never really experiencing my relationship with you.
That's right now.
In the present,
That's
right now. But the main point that I got out of this was the instruction that he gave, which is don't seek to lay the blame for deprivation on the past.
Yes.
Stop, whatever I think is missing in my life right now, I'm to stop saying it's based on anything that happened to me in the past.
Amen. Beautiful. Great instruction. Will you say that again?
That the instruction is for me to stop blaming anything that happened to me in the past for anything that I think is missing or lacking in my life right now.
So anything that I'm experiencing right now that feels like a deprivation, right now I'm supposed to not blame it on the past.
So if I'm feeling any kind of deprivation or lack right now, it means it's coming from something I'm telling myself right now.
And ask for the correction of what you're telling yourself
right now. Right, it's something I'm telling myself right now.
Ask for the correct perception of what you're telling yourself right now.
Right, it's not the past that's making me feel deprived. It's something I'm telling myself right now.
Right, and that's the problem, not the lack of a relationship. You're feeling deprived not because of a lack of a relationship or something that's happening in a relationship. You're experiencing something you're telling yourself right now.
Now, right. In my ego or my mind talk or my programming is telling me that I'm feeling deprived right now because of something that I didn't receive in the past. So I need to reenact that past with somebody else and get what I never got in the past. And he just told me, don't think that I'm feeling any kind of deprivation right now because of anything that happened in the past.
Right.
I'm feeling deprived right now because of something I'm telling myself right now.
Right now.
Something I'm telling myself right now.
So go for the correction and the healing of that instead of how can I get a relationship. Okay.
Whoa.
Wow. All right.
Whoa, that's so deep.
Yeah. That's a good set of instructions right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just remember one thing.
Yes.
Stop blaming the past for what I'm going through in the present.
Right. Ask for the correct perception of what you're telling yourself right now instead of looking to someone else to make you feel better in that moment.
So if you're feeling a strong special relationship attraction, what's really happening is right now you're really yearning to restore your wounded self-esteem.
That's right. Hence the yearning or craving, the needing.
And then you're going to choose a person who most reminds you of your past so that you can reenact your past.
Yes, that's right.
And try to change it.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He says that's the basis on which we choose our special partners. That's deep.
Yeah, and then they got to make.
We think it's all accidental, chance, or even fate.
And I love how he said, "For which someone else must atone." So not only that, you got to atone for what I went through with somebody else.
Great.
That's deep, man. That is
great.
Ooh, that's cold.
That sounds like
cold, really.
A full-time job. Full-time job with very low benefits usually.
This does not sound romantic. Of course, it's the most non-romantic sounding book I have ever read.
And check out the way most relationships end. Very not romantic. Very unromantic.
God.
Decidedly unromantic.
But it calls for a level of honesty that just is far beyond anything that the average person even begins to want to be with themselves. Absolutely.
Right. You got that right.
Do not, instruction, do not underestimate the intensity of the ego's drive for vengeance on the past. Don't underestimate the intensity of your fear's drive for vengeance on the past.
All right.
Your ego, your fear, is completely savage and completely insane. But your fearful mind, your ego, remembers everything you've done that has offended it. Your ego seeks retribution of you. The fantasies your ego brings to its chosen relationships in which to act out its hate are fantasies of your destruction. For your ego, the part of you that thinks it's separate and alone and afraid and guilty, your ego holds the past against you. Your ego holds the past against you. Which means in your escape from the past, your ego sees itself as deprived of the vengeance it believes you so justly merit. If you escape from the past, the part of you that doesn't love you sees itself deprived of the vengeance it believes that you so justly merit. For yet, without your allegiance to your own destruction, your ego could not hold you to the past without your allegiance to your own destruction. In the special relationship, it means you are allowing your destruction to be. In the special relationship, you are allowing your destruction to be.
Come destruction.
Now that you are allowing your destruction, your destruction to be, that this is insane is obvious.
That's insane.
But what is less obvious is that the present is useless to you while you pursue the ego's goal as the ego's ally. Your present is useless to you.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. This explains a lot. I just saw it. I was like, oh, right, okay.
Especially when I relate to my own. Because what I do is I take this and I
Yes.
relate this to every special
That's what we're
relationship
supposed to do.
that I've ever had, as well as any special relationship
Yes.
that I want to have.
That's right.
You know, it's like, God, it's like,
That's what you're supposed to do.
it's making me get so real.
Okay.
Wow.
So first it's saying, so in the last paragraph it said, remember, a special relationship is vengeance on the past. Okay. But then it says, do not underestimate the intensity of your ego's drive for vengeance on the past. So our first instruction is don't underestimate our desire for a special relationship. Or not, did he say desire? He said drive.
Drive. Drive.
He
Get
said-
it. Drive for vengeance.
Drive for vengeance.
Drive for vengeance.
Drive, like strive for vengeance.
Drive for vengeance
Drive
on the
for
past.
vengeance.
That's right. I want you to drive. What? Drive where? I want you to drive for vengeance on the past.
Yeah. She's so amazing. She's driven, man.
Driven.
She's driven.
There's a part of my mind that's driven.
Driven for specialness. Driven for vengeance on the past. Driven for a special relationship. I can totally relate to that part of myself that is driven to have and find a special relationship. Not realizing at all that that's because my ego is driven to get vengeance on my past. Woo!
Man.
Okay.
Anybody getting into a relationship, a special relationship, this section ought to be required
Absolutely.
reading. Before you get married.
That's right, to get a license.
To get a marriage license,
Yes.
you must read The End of Illusions.
And demonstrate some sort of comprehension.
That you comprehended what you just. We want you to know what you were trying to do with each other.
Do you understand?
Do you understand
what exactly it is
that you're trying to do right now?
That's right.
You're trying to. Both of you are trying to reenact your past and change it, and both of you are expecting the other one to restore your wounded self-esteem. Are you clear that don't underestimate the intensity of your drive to take vengeance on what you think happened to you in the past with another person?
Ooh.
And you're going to take it out on each other.
Wow. Wow. And according to how driven you are to get this relationship, lets you know just how much vengeance you are trying to get on.
So
your
the more
past.
intensity you have about wanting a special relationship, that's really a reflection of the intensity of the vengeance that you're ready to take and you want to take on the past.
And what we've done wrong, I mean, what our mistake has been, we have been underestimating the intensity of our ego's drive for vengeance on our past. We've been underestimating our ego's drive for a special relationship. But I've been becoming aware of that, like, since being out of a special relationship. Like, I'm becoming aware of that drive for it. That's constant. It's constant. It's just like a drive, like this constant engine.
Oh, I'm feeling the intensity of the drive for a special relationship at a level that I haven't experienced in a long time.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm really wanting to reenact the past and change it and restore my wounded self-esteem right now.
But it
really,
seems like
really bad.
But it seems like your love. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I lost my cool.
I know. That's great. Thank you for losing your cool. Oh, you got it back.
Okay,
You got it back. That didn't take long. Damn, you had some handy right there.
I had some cool right over here. I got some emergency cool. You have to have it when you study the course. You got to have some emergency cool over to the side.
Because it freaks you out. The course is absolutely just shatters.
It shatters. It totally shatters your romantic notions about specialness.
Yes.
Not about the truth.
Not about the truth.
But about specialness.
That's right. Relationships as you have been using them.
Yeah.
Relationships as I have been using them. It totally shatters it. Totally shatters it. I'm glad you had a little handy can of cool. Right
I got a little bag of cool.
I might be
okay,
some.
I get some.
Thank you. Okay. So it said that
That's one sentence.
That was one sentence.
One sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my ego's drive for vengeance on my past. how driven I am is completely savage and completely insane. It didn't say partially savage. My ego's drive to reenact my past and change it is completely savage. Savage, like it don't care what it has to do to make that happen. Wow.
Completely insane.
It says completely savage.
Completely savage.
It doesn't say like it's not pretty. It's just that it's completely savage. Like it'll knock over anyone, knock over anything to get it's what it's driven for. It's driven. Don't stand in my way. Please don't let who you really are now stand in the way of my drive to reenact my past. Look, if you try to bring your present in, I'm going to run the F over it. Because I am driven to recreate my past. I do not care about who you are right now. I'm driven. Okay, now, and then it says, it's completely savage and completely insane. Why is that? Because our ego remembers everything that you've done to offend it. My ego remembers everything I've done to offend it. Okay. Then it says, and
so that's the same saying you remember everything you've done to offend yourself. There's a part of your mind that remembers everything you've done that's offended it.
Yes. Okay, so every time I didn't seek to serve the ego's goals, every time I was not preoccupied with reenacting my past and getting someone to make up for it, then my ego is offended. How dare you be present? How dare you be present with another human being? He was offended.
Are you forgetting that you're supposed to be reenacting your past and changing it right now? That's why we're here right now, is we should be reenacting our past and changing it, and you should be atoning for what happened to me in the past. Don't you forget that. That's the only reason why we're together. But don't you be present right here and now.
That's right.
Where there is no past.
That's right.
You better keep the past that you're supposed to be making up for uppermost in your mind.
Exactly. And now, and he says, my ego remembers everything I've done that offended it, and it's seeking retribution of me. So now I understand why my ego has seemed to have gone vicious lately.
Why?
Because I really offended my ego. I had spent weeks truly focused in the now. I wasn't in a special relationship. I was not trying to get anybody to reenact my past and get them to make up for it and make me feel good about myself. And my ego has been completely offended. I now understand what's happening.
Well, according to your ego, you've been wasting a lot of time.
And now it's seeking retribution.
That's what I'm saying. Because you were not using your present moment to reenact the past and change it. So to your ego, it's offensive. You're not doing anything. You didn't do what you're supposed to be doing with time, for one thing.
Exactly.
Think about that for just a second.
That's right.
You weren't using time to reenact the past and take vengeance on the past. So of course you're offending your ego.
Exactly. Now I totally understand why in the last few days that things have seemed that I've been so anxious and so afraid. Right. Because I had been spending months not trying to get another human being to reenact the past and to change it so they could make up for my wounded self-esteem. I was spending my time praying, reading course, teaching course, and letting people be.
Well, that's totally offensive to the part of your mind that believes that you're guilty.
And now it's seeking retribution on me.
That's right. That's right.
It totally makes sense. Like, I'm reading this, I'm like, oh, now I understand. Okay. Now I understand why things were so peaceful, so powerful, and then, boom, all of a sudden I was just scared to death. Scared of death. The fantasies that my ego brings to its chosen relationships, my ego's chosen relationships, in which to act out my ego's hate, what they really are is fantasies of my own destruction. Okay, interesting.
I'm ready to destroy myself again.
So I need a relationship.
Right now. I need a special
So
relationship
ego, would
right
you
now.
choose for me a relationship, please? It says the ego's chosen relationships.
Right.
The fantasies the ego brings to its chosen relationships. Ego, would you please go choose a relationship for me in which I can act out your hate? Because I'm ready to destroy myself. A fantasy of destroying myself.
I need to seek out a person that I can destroy myself with, who reminds me of what's happened to me in the past.
Okay, so I'm looking for the perfect person who could destroy me in just the right way. So it's going to take a special kind of person.
Right, it's got to be somebody that really reminds me of the past.
That's right. And who can act it out really well.
Because I am seeking retribution of myself.
Right.
And so I need something to punish myself through.
Exactly.
And what could be better than the past?
Exactly. And have you ever noticed that the people that you've been in a relationship with knew how to destroy you perfectly?
They knew how to. The special person is always the person that knows exactly what to say, that can or do.
Which buttons to push.
Which buttons to push that could bring you the most pain.
That's right. That's right. Have you
If
ever noticed that?
Yeah. Again, that's just a fact. That's not negative. That's just
that's
the
what
truth.
everybody says about their partners. They know how to push my buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why you chose.
That's why you chose them in the first place, so you can reenact the past of your buttons being pushed. But this time, you think it's going to have a different outcome because they're going to make up for what everybody else did to you.
It goes like this: they'll push all those buttons, and I'll feel destroyed. And then I will make them feel guilty for pushing those buttons, and they will magically go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again. What can I do for you now?" That's my fantasy.
Wow.
That's my fantasy.
Wow.
They'll destroy me.
At my request.
At my request, because that's why I chose them.
Right, that's why I chose them.
And then they will resurrect me with their love. Ha ha. In other words, I get to reenact the past of being destroyed, but then I come out on top.
And they get a chance to give me what I didn't receive in the past.
Exactly.
From the person I really wanted to receive it
from.
The
person in the past, that person, when after they destroyed me, they didn't come back and go, "I'm so sorry, I was wrong. And you were right. And you are the most important thing to me." That's what the person in the past didn't do. They said, "Screw you too!" And they were out of there. They were like, "Hey, screw you, bye." So I'm going to have that person destroy me, but this time they're going to be like, "I was wrong. And you were right."
I'm going to go through the same crap,
yes,
but I just have a different outcome.
Yes.
But I got to take myself through the same destruction.
Right. And he says, in here, he's saying, that whole scene that we just described, that's me trying to enact my own destruction. That's my way of committing suicide.
Because I'm trying to take vengeance on my own past.
That's my ego is offended at me and wants to get vengeance on me, and it knows the best way to do that is to choose a relationship from me.
And my ego is the part of me that believes that it is guilty, angry, unworthy.
It believes it deserves punishment.
And believes it deserves punishment. That part of me that thinks I deserve to be punished is longing for a relationship that I can punish myself through.
Yes.
But the other person is going to end up making me feel good about myself.
Wow.
Even after I've tried to destroy myself.
That and that's why he calls that a fantasy. That's the word he uses for that, just what you described. A fantasy. What could that be except a fantasy? You're going to destroy me completely and then make it all better? That's a complete, he calls it a complete fantasy, and it's, by the way, it's a completely savage fantasy, and it's a completely insane fantasy, but it is the only fantasy the ego's trying to enact. That's all the ego's trying to do.
The ego, the part of me that hates me, the part of me that thinks it's separate from God, the part of me that's afraid and guilty and feels like it has dealt with a lot of injustices and pain.
Right.
That's my ego.
And that part of me only has one goal, and that is self-destruction. Even though that means it'll be destroyed, but it's insane. It doesn't get that. That if it kills its host, it dies too. But the ego's one goal is self-destruction. So there's a part of me that all it wants is to self-destruct. And this part of me knows that the best way to do this is through a special relationship. Get someone else to destroy me. Ooh.
And then restore me.
And then restore me.
Destroy me and restore me.
Destroy
That'd be great. Put that on like a Match.com or something. You know, I'm looking for a person to destroy me
and then restore me.
And then restore me. Are you interested?
And then also have these measurements.
Yeah, you gotta have these measurements down. Get round butt.
Because the person in the past who betrayed me and slighted me and left me and abandoned me, they had a butt just like that.
That's right, and you gotta remind me of them.
That's right.
So that
that's
why you're here, because I'm clinging.
Yeah, I'm clinging to the past.
I'm clinging to the past, and you got to atone for the past. That's why I'm choosing.
I'm clinging to the people in the past who betrayed me and abandoned me and hurt me.
And I do think you can give me what my past deprived me of, by the way.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, if I just make you feel guilty enough. Okay. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you can wait through this hell paragraph.
I'm sorry, I'm taking my time. Okay, so the reason why the ego is trying to get vengeance on us through the special relationship is because our ego is holding the past against us. That's why. We've offended the ego. And so our ego sees our escape from our past as its own deprivation of the vengeance it believes we so justly merit. So now I know why my ego's gone vicious. I haven't been in a special relationship. And it doesn't, so right now I'm not what? I'm not, it's seeing itself as deprived of the vengeance it believes I merit. I don't have anybody, I haven't enlisted anybody to punish me. And my ego now feels deprived.
Because if you let go of the past, I'm letting go of the thing that I'm using to make me think I deserve to be punished. If I let go of the past, I'm letting go of the thing that I think makes me deserve to be punished. So if I let the past go, my ego will be deprived.
Exactly. And because I wasn't in a special relationship, I wasn't holding on to my past.
You weren't even giving it a vehicle to hurt you.
I wasn't giving it a vehicle to hurt me, and my ego feels deprived that I wasn't giving it a vehicle, a means to hurt me, and it feels offended.
Okay, so what else did you use beside a person?
Thank you. Very good question. Oh, my other second favorite.
Okay, what was that?
Money.
Aha! That's what came to me. It's like,
thank you.
So it's got to be something else you use as a substitute.
That's right, because that's another relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That is another special relationship. Mm-hmm. Money. I would like for you to restore my wounded self-esteem. Money.
That's right. That's right.
That's another special relationship. If I just had enough money,
then I'd
feel good about myself.
It's not a person. So now it's if you have enough money.
That's right. That's
right. So you're trying to enter a relationship with money in which you handle money the way you've always handled it in the past.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That had a fearful result.
Yes.
But this time, you're going to do it differently.
That's right.
Because money has got to atone for what it didn't give you in the past.
Exactly. It will restore my wounded self-esteem.
It will restore your wounded self-esteem.
I'm blaming my financial deprivation on the past right now. Right.
Because there's not a special relationship with another person, but it's talking about any kind of relationship.
That's right.
That you're trying to reenact the past and change it.
That's right. That's right. Right now, I'm trying to reenact my financial past. All the imagined deprivations, which there's a lot of.
That has nothing to do with the past.
That has nothing to do with the past.
Right. If you're deprived financially, for instance, right now, it's not because of anything about what you did in the past with money.
That is so good to hear, because that is so good to remember.
Yeah, it's just something you tell yourself about.
Because my ego's telling me
now.
I'm experiencing financial deprivation because of the financial mistakes I made in the past.
Right. Right.
And it's not that. So stop blaming your experience of financial deprivation on the past. It has nothing to do with what you did yesterday or 10 years ago. It's something I'm telling myself right now. Which is, and what has it got to be? That my ego feels offended and remembers the ways I've offended it, and it wants vengeance on me now.
Yeah, you want
it
to
wants me to be poor.
Right, and you want to punish yourself for the way that you handled money in the past.
Yes, I do. I'm trying to punish myself for the ways I used money in the past. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Okay, great. So, in my escape from my financial past.
Yeah, because I don't care what people say about how you're supposed to use a course. I apply the Course in Miracles to every single thing. I'm sure Course purists out there listening is just freaking out because we're actually saying stuff about money and finances, but I don't give a darn. You know, if it's a truth, you should be able to use it in any situation, no matter what the situation is.
That is the definition of the truth.
That's right. I don't do that exception stuff. I don't try to figure out where it's okay to apply God's principles. Like, I'm applying it everywhere, especially in the stuff I think I'm really going through.
Exactly.
You know.
So in my escape from the special relationship, or in my escape from the past, my financial past, my ego sees itself deprived of the vengeance it believes I so justly merit. My ego believes I justly merit vengeance. Vengeance. Wow. Okay.
Vengeance.
Yeah, it didn't say punishment.
It says vengeance. I want to take vengeance on myself right now, so I'm going to seek a special relationship.
Right. With another person, or with money,
or with something else,
or with
whatever
food,
it is. Yeah, whatever.
Drugs,
yeah, whatever.
Or my body.
Yeah, whatever it is in the perceptual world.
Right.
Whatever it is. Wow.
Okay, so when I am present with you, or with myself, and I'm just here right now, what a radical concept, my ego sees itself as deprived of the vengeance that it sees me as deserving. When I'm present with you, when I forgive, forgiveness is being present. What's happening right now? Who are you right now? Who am I right now? When I'm present with you, my ego sees itself as deprived of the vengeance that it sees me as so justly meriting. That's why my ego has gone from suspicious to vicious in the last week.
That's right.
It saw itself deprived of the vengeance I deserved. Why? Because I was daring to be present.
Yeah, you
present with myself, present with you, present with other people.
In love.
In love.
And
that's
in peace,
I wasn't,
which means the past was out of the picture.
I wasn't seeking a relationship to keep my past going.
There you go. There you go. So you wasn't creating a way that you could take vengeance out on yourself.
That's right. I wasn't creating a way for my ego to take vengeance on me.
Right.
And my ego saw itself as unfairly deprived.
Right.
And it was offended by that.
Right.
And then it was like, so it sought for something, a vehicle to take vengeance on me. Yet, and here's the miracle. Here's the miracle. Yet, without my allegiance, without my alliance, and my own destruction, my ego cannot hold me to the past. Okay. So there's the answer. Okay, my ego is got it out for me. It really does, because it's offended by me. Because I dared to be present and forgive the past.
And be loving.
Let go of the past.
Let go of the past. You dared.
I dared.
You dared let go of your past.
And not be trying to find another human being to reenact my past. I was letting my past go. I wasn't looking to reenact my past. I was enjoying my present so much.
Yes,
so much. It really was.
Thank you.
Okay, so my ego's got it out for me. It's offended. Now, the truth is that you don't need to be afraid. You don't need to be afraid. I don't need to be afraid, because I've been terrified of my ego's drive for vengeance on me.
Okay.
I've been very anxious. But he's saying I don't need to be afraid, because if I don't give my allegiance or my alliance in my own destruction, then what? Then the ego can't destroy me.
If you don't side with it.
If I don't side with it.
Yeah, if I don't keep on doing the same thing I've been doing.
Thank you. That's what not siding with it right now means. If I don't keep doing what I've been doing.
Right.
In other words, if I won't listen to its voice and listen to it, and I will keep doing what I've been doing, which is listening only to the truth.
And I'm only going to listen to the ego if I want to destroy myself.
Right, exactly.
I'm only going to listen to my ego if I want to destroy myself.
Right. So it's beautiful. That's why in the last week or so I have kept our classes on. I just listen to it in my ear, I listen to it in my home, I listen to it in my car, I listen to it while I sleep. That's me making the decision to not give my allegiance to the part of me that's offended and wants to have vengeance on me right now.
Thank you.
That's me choosing not to give my allegiance to that part of me. It's not even really a part of me, it's just a belief that I adopted. Okay? So that's good news. And that's what I needed to hear, because I've been very afraid and very anxious about my ego's drive for vengeance on me, because I've been sensing it. I see it. I see how it's trying to get vengeance on me. By problems that are, that are frightening me. I don't have enough money. What if something happens to my body? What if something happens to my daughter? What if one little disaster happens and then I'm ruined?
What if?
One little thing. What if?
What if?
It's a lot of what ifs.
What if? What if? What if?
A lot of what ifs.
A lot of what ifs.
My ego's just like, what if? What if this happens? What if that happens?
What
if this happens? This is what my ego says. Do you know how close you are to complete disaster?
Oh, they think it's just a little bit.
Do you know
I go through that. I have to go through that as a teacher. It's like everything, all of my income from the Holy Spirit appears to come through teaching.
Yes, right.
And so my ego will say, "Well, suppose you broke your leg.
Right.
What
are you gonna do?
What
then?
you gonna do then? Because
right.
everything is coming through you being able to go out and teach. It's like, what if?
Right.
What if? What if? Like Coach said, your ego is always giving you endless prescriptions for avoiding catastrophic outcomes. It's always telling you need to do this and you need to do this because this disaster is going to happen. You need to be prepared. You need to get yourself together. So now you need a special relationship so you can reenact the past and change it. But really, I just want to destroy you.
Right.
And I need somebody that you will let destroy you. Let's see, who should that be? Well, this should be the person that reminds you the most of the past.
Yes.
That's who you're going to choose because that would obviously be the person you'd be most attracted to.
That's right. Wow. Okay, so here's how the ego tries to destroy you. A special relationship is trying to get vengeance on you, or by showing you all the catastrophic outcomes that could happen for you maybe today.
Maybe today.
Oh, look around.
As soon as I leave here.
Look around. It sure seems to be happening to everybody else.
More than ever. That's
one of the ways the ego is trying to get vengeance on us. Okay, now, but it can't destroy you without your own allegiance. Your own allegiance to what? To your own destruction. Okay, so I revoke my allegiance. I hereby non-pledge my allegiance to my destruction. I hereby revoke, would you please stand with me? I hereby revoke my allegiance in my own destruction today.
That's right. I am no longer willing to be in a self-destruction alliance.
Amen. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to listen only to the truth instead of my ego today. However I need to do that, whether it's keeping my nose in the book, keeping myself talking to somebody who's going to tell me the truth, listen to the course, read it, whatever. Okay.
The next sentence is that just says it all. I mean,
you guys might want to leave the room.
You might want to go pee.
Isn't your bladder full?
Yes, you don't want to hear this next sentence.
Don't you need some water?
I'm warning you. This is like ego acid.
That's right.
It's like the witch on the Wizard of Oz. I'm melting. Well, this is the kind of. This is one of those courses. Okay.
So you may want to leave the room
for
just about 5 minutes.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
If you want to stay in denial,
if you want to stay in denial, cover your ears. Okay. So everything that we've just been saying, it's now going to recap in
one sentence.
Okay. In the special relationship, you are allowing your own destruction to be. But have a nice day. Go have your romantic evening now.
Candlelight dinner. Go have your candlelight dinner. Because in this special relationship, you are allowing your destruction to be. I want my destruction to be.
Have you ever heard that sentence anywhere?
No, only the Course in Miracles. Only the gentle teaching of the Holy Spirit.
Oh yes, only the gentle teaching of the Holy Spirit
would say, in our special relationship, we are allowing ourselves to be destroyed.
Yes.
Let's allow ourselves to be destroyed. Let's allow ourselves to be destroyed. Let's have a special relationship.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Aww.
But you got to atone for me wanting to destroy myself. Don't forget.
That's right.
All right.
Ooh, hey, will you help me get vengeance on myself?
Absolutely. If you help me get vengeance on myself, then we have a match made in heaven.
Will you help me commit emotional suicide?
As much as I possibly can.
Oh,
I hope I remind you of your past.
You do.
So that we can reenact your miserable past and destroy you. After you destroy it, I will tell you how absolutely special you are to me.
True love.
After I destroy you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
True love.
Now, the fact that
you have to destroy me. If you don't destroy me, then I can't reenact my past.
It just reminds me like at a funeral where, one of the person's partners has died, but they really had a painful, destructive relationship.
Yes.
But then at the funeral, they're talking about how good they were.
Totally.
Right. It's like they destroyed each other,
Yes.
but then at the end, I'm going, but she really was a good person.
That's right.
But when we were together, we were continually reenacting the past and attacking each other, taking vengeance on ourselves, on each other. But then, he's gone now.
He really loved me.
He really loved me. It really was a good relationship.
It really was.
It really was. Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that was one sentence.
Yes, okay.
That one sentence encapsulated everything we had said. And what was that one sentence? So in the special relationship, what's really happening is you are allowing your destruction to be.
Isn't it about time for us to, it's about time for us to wrap this up.
Phew. All right. He says, okay, now that you are allowing your destruction to be, wouldn't you say that's insane?
Obviously.
Would that fall under the category of insane?
To allow my destruction to be? That would definitely fall under the category of
someone
completely
who's trying
insane.
to destroy themselves.
Yes.
We would say that person was insane, right?
We lock them up
we
for
would
their
lock
own
them
good.
up for their own good, right? And give them medicine.
Give them medicine. And this is our
We
medicine.
would even let them kill somebody and then say they're innocent by reason of insanity. Okay, so that we're allowing our destruction to be, that's insane, and that's insane is obvious.
That's obvious.
But what is less obvious is that the present, what's happening right now, is useless to us while we're pursuing the ego's goal of our destruction as its ally. The ego's like, I want to destroy you, and I'm like, yeah, I'll join with you.
So I'm useless.
Let me help you.
So the present is useless to me as long as I'm pursuing the past to take vengeance on myself and destroy myself.
What's happening right now is useless.
It's useless because I'm not using it.
I'm not using it.
I'm not using nothing that's really happening right now.
So what I'm supposed to be doing is using the now. Instead of trying to get somebody who reminds me of who hurt me in the past and get them to reenact my past and change that past and make it better where I come out on top. Instead of using my time and my energy for that, I'm supposed to be using the now. How beautiful is that? And in the using of the right now, then it's the same as saying I'm revoking my allegiance in my own destruction.
That's right. I'm no longer going to be loyal to my own destruction.
It's the same as saying I'm going to use the now. Because he says the present is useless to you, as if the present is something we're supposed to be using.
Yes.
The present is something I'm supposed to be using,
but I'm
not
preoccupied
people.
with the past.
Don't use people.
I'm
supposed to be using people.
You're supposed to be using the present.
I'm supposed to be using the present. I never thought of it like that. I'm supposed to be using the present, not people.
And using them to reenact my past and to change it.
Make up for it.
Make up for it.
Atone for my past.
So we're at the ending point of the first hour. It's already been an hour. I'm so glad.
What a relief.
My ego was like, thank God! Quick! Get in this!
So what would you like to say to the people who actually have watched this video to the end? I mean,
Well, what I just say to you all who actually stuck with this to the end is you must have had some really painful relationships. Or you in one right now. And you really have had it. And you recognize what we're talking about.
That's right.
And you are not having those romantic notions right now.
Yes.
That fantasy of somebody else really making up for you.
Yes.
What happened to you in the past because you've had enough of the past. Just leave with this one thought. Don't blame the past for any kind of deprivation that you think you're having right now because the past is gone. If I feel like I'm deprived of anything, I mustn't blame the past for it. It's something I'm telling myself right now.
That's right. And so use the present. Use the present to look at what you're telling yourself right now and to ask for correction of that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Aren't you glad
I'm
that's
so glad
over?
this-
My ego's so glad that's over.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit, in the voice for the chorus.
Thank you, wherever this came from. Thank you.
So, thank you. And
Thank you.
For remembering with us, earlpurdy.com. Check out my classes. I'm good for one-on-one sessions. Let's keep on remembering this together. Let's keep on listening to this hardcore stuff together.
Be together. And Anna Kujawa, ANNAKUJAWA.com to find out how you can access me for one-on-one holistic psychotherapy sessions, couples, children, play therapist, couples. I'm a couples therapist. All right. People are like, don't go to her.
Oh, you can
don't go to her.
Don't go to her. You hear what she just got through saying? That's the last person you want to go to. Because she'll tell us that we try to use each other to reenact the past and take vengeance on ourselves and expect each other to restore each other's
and charge us money.
And then charge us.
Yeah, so don't go to her. But I am a certified couples therapist. And I'm a registered play therapist. I work with children and individuals and teens and basically just everybody. I'm a full service holistic psychotherapist.
She's a very discriminating clientele. Everybody. And that was relevant too, y'all.
That's
so,
right.
Let peace extend from
our mind to